so far. So maybe their fortunes will change on Cleveland's backs tonight, but we'll see. Guardians, Reds, 6:10 tonight here on WMMS, your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball, and also on the iHeartRadio app.
I always like when people are upset with me or, just coming at me in a bad, angry way. The Big Daddy response, "You're not mad at me, you're mad at your dad. I forgive you."
You're mad at something, but it's got nothing to do with me. Guardians have gotten Yohan Ramirez, by the way, from the Seattle Mariners. Yeah, he was part of according to this, RHP, he was part of the Rhode Island Highway Patrol before he got into Major League Baseball. So that's exciting for him. You don't see second acts usually like that. That's what that means, correct? Am I reading that properly?
I believe he's a right-handed pitcher.
Oh, boy. Have I been severely misinformed? Well, that makes a lot more sense. I was like, why wouldn't it be RIHP if he's part of the Rhode Island Highway Patrol? CHP, California Highway Patrol. Chips. By the way, nobody gets me. We're having dinner over the weekend at some friend's house, a big deck in the backyard, having some fun. Kids are running around. We're all adults drinking and having some food. And, standard grill out fare. And my daughter goes, "I love chips." And I go, "Do you prefer Ponch or John?" Now, that wasn't for her. That was for me. Mm-hmm. But the other people there, nothing. They didn't know what I was talking about. So nobody gets me.
You thought that your chips joke, which was a show that was popular in the mid-'70s, late 70s, before I was born, was going to get what kind of response?
I wasn't looking to elicit guffaws. It was just a reflex that I had to purge.
Now, there was a movie.
I'm not complaining no one laughed. It's really not even laugh-worthy. It's such low-hanging fruit. What surprised me is that it didn't even register with the adults.
Yeah, because that's a very old show.
And they are all younger than me.
They did make a movie with Michael Pena
no one saw.
And armchair guy,
Dax
Shepard. And nobody saw that. So, I mean, that's like when we just went on a Columbo tirade a couple minutes ago. Nobody knows what we're talking about.
People know Columbo because here's why.
Well, we talked about it on this show.
No, a lot of these shows get popular with younger people because they're on like MeTV or they show up on Netflix or they work their way back into the pop culture, whatever.
Chips has not made that move yet.
Clearly not.
Chips is still
clearly not. A little bit of Chips trivia for you. The sergeant in the show is an actor named Robert Pine, who has a very famous son. Robert Pine, Chris Pine.
There you go.
Robert Pine had a great character actor. He's still alive. He's 80 years old, but he was the big boss. He was the sergeant on Chips. But you'd always see him show up on stuff on television. He's been in films.
Oh yeah,
and his son Chris Pine, very renowned actor. So anyway, Guardians, Reds tonight, 6:10 here on WMMS.
Wow, he looks like, just because Chris is so good looking, and Robert, he's not bad looking, but it just, it's the upgrade version.
Yeah, he's character actor attractive.
Yeah.
Right.
But Chris Pine is just, he's got leading... Chris Pine's a good looking guy.
Are you getting gooey over Chris Pine?
I mean, he's the eyes and the jawline, like the dude... He knows, he's a leading man type of attractive.
He's got a new movie out now on Amazon, I think. It's like an not old-timey. It's like a spy movie. It's called All the Old Knives, I think. It's him and Tandy Newton, who, boy, I'd watch her. Yeah, right. I'd watch her just read a menu in a foreign language.
Didn't she just
She's dynamite.
What'd she just get kicked off of?
Supposedly, she was fighting with Channing Tatum on the Magic Mike thing.
That's right.
They both say that wasn't the case.
Okay.
But she's showing up in the new season of Westworld, too. A show I didn't even realize was still on is starting a new season of Westworld over on HBO.
Okay, now I know where I recognize this.
Aaron Paul and,
Robert Pine was on an episode of Parks and Rec where he is the cult leader trying to reserve the park because it's the end of the world.
Yeah.
And then they have to keep rescheduling because it doesn't happen. And so he's just going with whatever the park's availability is to make sure that he can... Because that's when the cult is going to, it's going to be the end of the world.
When Homer took everyone out to the desert, multiple times because of the rapture. Mm-hmm. Alan, didn't Stephen Canton, didn't Poundcake give Bill a card and he immediately threw it out?
Oh, yeah.
Is that the case? Did he give you a birthday card and you threw it out?
I got the things out of it. I read what was in it, and then I threw it out. Especially, I mean, on the show, that's the funniest thing you can do.
Is to throw out a card
It's
right
to
for
hurt
somebody to get
Poundcake's
it to you?
feelings. That's all. That's all.
Is look at you in
I
your eyes
appreciated
as
the
he's
card.
throwing away the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to rip it. He wants to spit on it, step on it.
I didn't
and
want to
then throw it away.
step on it. I said thank you for it.
He said, what's in here? He starts shaking it like a kid, and it's just a $25 Nike gift card. I'm sorry, that's all I could afford.
I appreciate it.
Nah. And then
I said thank you.
he said, doesn't pay for one lace.
I'm paying for probably 2 laces.
Also, how much credence are we expected to give greeting cards?
A lot.
Like, I came up in a greeting card family. So as a result, because I think we all didn't know how to talk to each other in a genuine fashion, so we just let somebody else write it. But as an adult, I'm not like a big card guy. Or I'll either write something myself or I'll find like a quirky card, right? But growing up, I mean, we'd have like stacks of cards for things, and if they got money in them, great. Otherwise, like, oh, thank you. Like, it's an indication of someone thinking of you. But seriously, why is there such a why do we look down on people who look at a card, enjoy it, throw it away? Like, I didn't
hang it on the fridge for like 5 years.
I didn't tell you to get me that thin little piece of cardboard
Yeah.
and put your John Hancock on it.
But mine-
I didn't tell you to do that.
Well, here's the
A
thing.
lot of mine play music.
So
So what? That just means you overpaid for a piece of
Yeah,
cardboard.
that means I overpaid because I got him one that played music, I think, for his last birthday. But Grandma, for her birthday, I got her an iPad. Me and her other grandson.
Well,
got
that's
her
a little
an
over.
iPad.
I mean, that's not a traditional gift. That's
I mean,
you're stacking the deck in your favor there.
but also it was a refurbished one. It wasn't.
It's still nice, though.
It's a nice,
more than
yeah,
a card.
It's a good iPad, and but I got that for her. I got her a card too, because I know the gift's gonna mean more to Grandma because she's so traditional. But then she mailed me a thank you card. I'm like, Grandma, I see you every week. Just hand it to me.
But-
don't waste a stamp.
But that's being kind of an official. I think that's nice. If you
agree-
mail something to someone that you see all the
but there's
time.
nice.
That's a traditional way to.
I know, but I don't, and I'm trying to break her of some of her traditional ways of doing things because there's traditional, there's nice, but there's also stupid.
You're like, don't waste your time and
Mailing
energy.
a card when I see you in person on an almost daily basis. We live in the same
You
building.
literally put it underneath the door.
She can put it under the door.
She paid for stamps.
She got a key to my house. She can walk in and put it right in the trash for me.
That is kind of stupid. Oh, Grandma. I love her.
I love her so much,
love
but
her.
I
Paid for postage for
yeah.
no reason.
I was like, don't waste your stamp.
I don't even know. Like, I'm
Because
sure.
she will bring up stamps too. Like stamps are she mails everything.
I have one.
So I'm like, don't waste a stamp on me. I know you because you talk about how much stamps cost. I have no idea what a stamp costs right now because
It's like
I haven't
53 cents.
I haven't mailed anything
53 cents?
in a long
think
time.
so.
No,
More
no,
than that?
no. It's probably 35 cents.
No, I think you're.
I think it's like 53 cents.
Well, they all say forever stamps, so I guess I don't know. I go through stamps like once a year.
I think it's funny because whenever I'm down on stamps,
we're about to blow your mind.
60 cents.
okay,
Wow.
so I was closer.
You were closer by a lot. It's double what Alan thought.
Wow.
I always know when I'm low on stamps because the only ones I'll
Guys
have.
making Chips jokes over that. Maybe when Chips was on, it was 30 cents.
When Ponch and John were mailing greeting cards to each other, it was only 35 cents.
Whenever I'm low on stamps, I always have. The ones I have left are the big, huge ones that are supposed to be like for boxes. So it'd be like, here's a letter, and then here's the stamp. The stamp be like this. I could put, like, is it supposed to be there? It didn't come with a
I didn't even
bow.
know
It's a shipping label.
They do. They're huge. There's a massive stamp. So I'm like, all right, P.S. Love you. And it's like the whole. You might as well just sell the stamp and have that be the letter.
Grandma's supporting the United States Postal Service. She's a job creator.
Yeah.
Well, that is nice. Sure. Alan, do you save cards from your kids? I do. I save, yes.
Those I save.
And I
Those
save
are- yeah.
any card Gwen's ever given me. I have in a thing
especially
too.
the ones they make. I like those because I have a Father's Day card where when my kids spelled father, FATHER, FARTHERS. So
Happy Farters Day.
yes, and so that's what they say now every Father's Day. Happy Farters Day.
Yeah.
And they're not wrong.
That's right. Alan, I used to work with a guy who, for special occasions, he and his wife would just go to a store, pick out a card for each other, hand them to each other, read them, and then put them back. That's great. I like that. Hey, I found you a card. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Hey, listen, let me give you some money here. Who knows? $1,000, there's simply no way to know how many stamps that'll buy. But $1,000, you can go fund yourself right now. Listen closely, and I hope you win. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword BILLS at WMMS.com. That's BILLS. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
So somebody poses the question, you've got one mailman for your building. Mm-hmm. Do you think that Grandma's card went through the system, or do you think he just saw it?
No, it went through the system.
It did. So it had a postmark on it.
Because she doesn't mail anything from the building.
Okay.
She will drive to the post office and mail things because that's how
she's
her
looking to kill
brain
time.
works. Yeah. And she's like, I gotta go to the post office. And she always, like, I can go to the post office. I'm like, not for me, you don't. I live right here.
Yeah.
Just hand it to me.
Hand it to me,
or
slip
just
it on the
say
door.
thank you, or send me a message on Facebook. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I don't need
Text
the
me.
paper. I'm not a paperwork guy. I don't like because it just becomes clutter, or I throw it away, and then people get upset because I threw it away because I don't want it to become clutter.
Alan, remember you guys couldn't figure out where the noise was coming from in the studio, and it was Bill's birthday card. You remember that? We heard the noise, and Mary looked down in the garbage and goes, "Oh, it's the birthday card is singing."
Yeah. Oh, because Poundcake got me a singing birthday card, and I was like, "Thank you, bam."
Imagine like there's just a landfill somewhere where there's like music playing while people are like trying to like sift through the trash.
So I'm sifting through the trash to try and find a lost.
It was Star Wars. It's like
yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
They just hear in the pile of trash. The jitterbug.
Right.
Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
It stinks here, and it's just music playing.
Oh man. Message off the iHeartRadio app. You can always leave us talkback messages there.
You know, Alan, I was like you. I didn't know what water towers did. They're actually, they do have a central pipe running down the middle, but they're actually to give water pressure because the gravity pulling the water down through the pipe is what gives you water pressure in your house. I didn't know that until...
Didn't they say all that?
Yeah, I think we already went through that.
I wonder what people are listening to. When we're talking about something... And
Sometimes
they leave me a
get out of the
message.
car.
Do they?
Yeah, I don't know. Or also, you see how much we retain from the show. But maybe he hears us say, if he's listening on delay or something like that, he hears it and then goes, "Oh, I gotta tell him."
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's like a 45-second delay. Give it a second.
Yeah, but did that just come in now, or did it come in right when we said it?
2:57. Right when we said it.
Yeah, so he was on the spot. You just took a while to get to it. From what I can tell.
Hey, I've got some poop news for people who... By the way, in poop news, I don't know, this might be a first. Former lovers involved in the poop news today. Amber Heard and Elon Musk. After she broke up with Johnny Depp, she dated Elon Musk for a little while. She clearly didn't let him leave it in, like Grimes did. But Amber Heard said she started dating Elon Musk after Johnny Depp stood her up. She also says that Johnny Depp was obsessed with the whole poop in the bed thing. Who wouldn't be? Right?
Yeah, right.
This guy, he's so... he never stopped talking about poop in the bed. Yeah. She denied that was her poop. Said it was the dog's. Blamed the dogs. Saying that the dog had some kind of gastrointestinal issue.
What, if any, issues did Boo have with bathroom problems, if you will?
She had eaten Johnny's weed when she was a puppy and had bowel control issues for her entire life.
Did you commit any kind of prank?
Absolutely not. First of all, I don't think that's funny. I don't know what grown woman does. I was not also in a pranking mood.
I think that's hilarious, by the way. I know she might not think it's funny because it's been a very traumatic time between the two of them. I think it's hilarious. If it happens to someone else, if it ever happened to me, I'll tell you what, that person would get a stern talking to. They'd get a strongly worded letter from me, and I would write it, and I would stamp it, and I would mail it to them. And when they open it up, boy, they would see how disappointed I was that they dookied in my bed.
Don't say dookie. Don't say dookie.
My life was falling
That's
apart.
grumpy.
I was at a crossroads in my life that was really serious, and I had just been attacked on my 30th birthday by my violent husband with whom I was desperately in love and knew I needed to leave. It was not really a jovial time, and I don't think that's funny, period. That's disgusting.
I'm pooping
Period's
at the
not funny either.
Crossroads.
Why?
I don't know, Drunk Sue.
Why?
It's a good question. So she blames it on the dog. We'll never know. I feel like this thing has been so much in the public eye. You know, they take surveys, and unfortunately, more people care about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial than the abortion issue right now. I'm sure it constitutes a little bit of harmless escapism there. But, yeah, she blames it on the dog. Said that she didn't notice it because she was packing for Coachella.
Yeah.
So
She's excited about her weekend.
Her life's at a crossroads. She's in terrible mental shape. Her husband's violent. She's like,
I've never been that excited.
where's my flower crown?
I will admit, I've never been so excited about anything that I can just completely forget about dropping a grumpy.
Dude, there have been. Do you know how many times I've been late to work because I'm like, I have to poop right now. I'm not going to drive to work. It's 15 minutes away, but I don't care.
I was late for the last segment because I was.
I have to poop.
Yeah.
Like
you were having some gastrointestinal distress, weren't you?
The first two commercial breaks of the show today, I was having a little bit of a problem. I think it's settled now, but it was.
Thank God I've
great.
never had.
What'd you have for lunch?
What did I have for lunch? Mac and cheese, which is not great. I just had to get rid of some stuff. But I think
that's nothing that's going to make you all gurgly, though. Mac and cheese is pretty basic.
I think
right?
it was salad from last night.
Really?
Yeah, I think I had some salad with some chicken that was like just on the
questionable.
cusp. Yeah.
Well, Poundcake had a salad with turkey and chicken in it, so he's really rolling the dice. Next 24 hours is going to be very exciting for you, Poundcake.
I'll leave a loaf cella in my bed.
So that's what she's saying. Being attacked on her 30th birthday, that's how she probably missed the poop. I would like to take her at her word, by the way. Obviously, I don't know anything, but if she says that was the dog, I think that's gross. I would never do that. Full disclosure, I have thought from day one, it seemed to me highly unlikely that Amber Heard took a dump in their bed. It's too funny to be true. I just can't buy it. If she copped to it, if Columbo came in and said, nah, just one more
Just
thing.
one more thing.
Was that your dookie in the marital bed?
I noticed that last night for dinner, you were having a peanut salad.
I noticed streaks on the back of your dress that correspond to the streaks on those satin sheets.
Now, weren't you saying that you had a special outfit that you wanted to wear to Coachella, but in order to get in there, you're going to have to drop some weight, and you were taking a laxative? To me, that seems suspicious.
Why did you decide to do it in the bed, Miss Heard? So Amber Heard blames it on the dog.
What I can't wrap my head around, Miss Heard,
What I can't
is why, when you have a big house with so many bathrooms, why you would go in the bed.
Yeah. And as I said, former lovers, both in poop news, Elon Musk responded to someone in like the Twitter CEO or something, responded to him with just a poop emoji. See, I said this from day one, and this is what you're starting to see, is that Elon Musk is just a loudmouth rich dude. This guy is, you can already tell he's trying to get out of this Twitter thing.
Oh, yeah.
He wanted everybody to think he was doing it, and he wanted to go all balls out and look at me.
Why does he want out?
Because it's going to cost him a ton of money.
And you can't make money with Twitter.
No, he's going to come up with something like, that's why he's making up like this fake thing where Twitter's got to figure out the bots. So that's a made-up concern, right?
Right.
He already said we're not going to be ad-supported, so it doesn't matter if there's bots. So he's basically manufacturing a reason that this whole sale doesn't end up. The trouble is, it's going to cost him a lot of money because they've got some kind of contract signed, I think. Mm-hmm. So if Twitter goes, sorry, you're in breach of contract, you got to pay us a couple $2 billion.
But that's walking around money for him.
Fine.
But it's not.
Well, it might be. But
$1 billion
so, do
when
you
you
want to cough up $2 billion for a company that you don't end up owning?
Listen, I don't care how much money you have. $1 billion is not ever walking around money. Because his money is so tied up. It's not liquid.
It's not liquid, yeah. He can't write a check for $2 billion.
And as soon as he says, like, oh, I'll sign over this stock or whatever for the deal, and then all the stocks are taking a huge dump, more poop news, they go, well, we don't want to make this deal.
Yeah.
Or he's got to sweeten it somehow.
Are there people that can write a $2 billion check? Like, are there people in the world that have $2 billion liquid?
I mean, from a corporate account, I'm sure you could.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably could too, but...
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he has the ability to do that, but it's also not how... I don't think that's how he wants to do this transaction.
I wonder what his personal checks look like. I wonder if they have kitties or like a sports team on them or,
I can't tell you the last time I wrote a check.
The only check I ever write is for utilities where I live. And
I was writing some for...
Can't do that online?
No, they don't have a website.
For my HOA, I was writing checks for a little while, but now it's all online and just
One check
auto-pay.
I write every couple of months. By the way, you'll notice Elon Musk has been dead silent on this Buffalo thing. He's Mr. If it's not against the law, there shouldn't be any content moderation on social media, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, this guy says, there's a Tesla plant in Buffalo. And this guy doesn't say anything about this kid who live streamed murdering people. You think he'd have something to say. This guy can't keep his mouth shut about every other stupid thing.
I didn't know he live streamed it.
On Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then it gets passed around to the other platforms. But so anyway, there's your poop news for today. Elon Musk and Amber Heard. I got to take a break. If you want to text for anything, 35192. You listen on the iHeartRadio app, and we'll be back.